Hi there, are you tired of missing deliveries or unwanted visitors? In just a few minutes, I'll show you how to install your Ring Doorbell. No electricians needed, let's transform your home security together. This video's got everything. It's got power tools, it's got animation, and it's got Wi-Fi extenders. Way! This is my doorbell, not done bad for 40 odd years, which is how long it's been there, and it's never given us any problems, but it can't do anything other than make the doorbell chime. So the first thing you're going to have to do is take it off, and that's what the cover does. It releases those screws. Then you take the screws out. Then simply remove these wires, and there you have it. The job done as far as removal is concerned. In the box you get the doorbell itself, you get a screwdriver, you get a plate to mount it on, and some screws to mount it. Do not lose the screwdriver, it's a special one. It's needed for the tamper-proof screws. This is one of the simplest doorbells to install because it's battery operated. Literally, once you've screwed it to the upright, it's fitted. But you do have to charge the battery first. It comes with an orange charging lead, which you plug into this socket here. You're going to need a smartphone charger or something similar. Then you need a smartphone to actually operate the doorbell, so you should have one of those. So you've installed it, you've put it up, and suddenly you realise actually this isn't quite working. The reason is because what we've done now is we put a battery operated doorbell onto a post, and that's fine. Run the app and it'll work. But my house has got a slope. It's got a slope, and it's quite a steep slope. It's a hill. So effectively, when you've put that on your upright post, what you've got is this camera is looking at the sky. So at this point, the life gets a little bit more interesting. And also, I've shown you where you actually charge the thing, but that's bolted to the actual wall. So you've got to undo the screws every now and again to charge it. Unless, and this is quite a nice feature, you use an AC transformer. It's marked on there, you can see it, I'll show you a sec, and it says put the terminals on there, it'll run off the AC. It's presumably current limited, it's not going to blow your battery. It does mean you've got a nice glow on the front when it's running. And anyway, I'll show you what's involved in then actually the difference between theoretical and putting it in. It actually took a couple of days. The mounting plate that comes with it has no angle adjustment, so you have to order up a mounting plate angler. This is literally a angled plate that fits between the mounting plate and what you're going to mount it on. Now the thing is about the Torx screwdriver and charging the unit. You've got to put it on charge for about 10 hours to start with anyway, whatever you're going to do with it. When you've put it on the wall or put it on your column, you can't get to the charging ports anymore. You have to take it on and off using your Torx screwdriver, which means you've got to have your Torx screwdriver available. And I couldn't find out how long it's going to actually last, so I went for the transformer. I've just noticed on here it says power input H 24 volts AC or 24 volts DC or USB. Now it doesn't tell you that anywhere else, so the instructions on this are a little bit vague. When you're running up the app, you have to scan the back of the doorbell to get that QR code. Or, if you're lucky, you've still got the instructions on the box, you'll find the QR code on there. It's so that it knows exactly which one it is, and that makes life easier. So just remember to do that, and that should be now up and running, as in you've got the thing mounted on the pole, you've got it at the right angle, and you've got a power to it. Make sure, well, I'll show you my fitting pictures now. Mahogany post, but with a small hole. The exciting bit, power tools. We've got to make this hole big enough for the terminal tags to go through, and also it's got to be done properly because it's quite thick, so it won't actually go through in one go. I've got to go around the back and do it again. Now I'm doing it at a very slight angle there, pointing it downwards from the inside so that the water doesn't want to run into the house. Offering up the terminals there to go through the hole, and then we see this is where the actual wedge is mounted, and you can see there's just one screw in the top there just holding it to get it lined up. So you've got washers. Make sure you use the washers top and bottom to make sure that everything's there, but you've got the ability to give yourself some wiggle. Having got it in the right place and you're happy with it, you can put the wires in the correct places as well. Now it's advisable to have the wires come out and drop down into the thing, so you can see there it comes down into the behind the plate and then back up to the terminals. That way the wire isn't going to act as a conduit or as a wick to suck the rain in, because it's going to be subjected to weather. Here we have the finished result, nicely mounted with the white ring as I was telling you about. That proves that the power is on. One of the other problems I had was that the front door is on the porch, and it's got glass between the porch and the house, as in the living room, which is where the router is. and the signal couldn't get through the glass. It's K-glass, and it doesn't do very well. So although it worked, the Wi-Fi signal really wasn't strong enough. It said that it should give a reading of about between 40 and 50 as being good, but I was getting a reading of 75, so that's not good. It was red, and it said that there was problems with it, so I had to buy these. Now this works, and it works very well, but it's more expense and more time. Luckily I ordered them up and they came quickly, but I had the doorbell up and running on the weak signal, so I do know it does work on the weak signal, but it's a bit sort of iffy. One of the best things about it is it actually tells you what's going on. So it says movement of the door, or in this case it said parcel, and so this is a real output from what it actually does. It's a magic piece of kit. The camera part is activated every time it sees some movement within the field of vision that you've set up. So that was set for postman and whatever. And this is what you see on your computer screen. It tells you whether it's a live view or whether it's something that you set up for, like parcel delivery. Anyway, I hope that's done something for you. If you'd like to order one, there's a link in the description, and I'll see you another time. Cheers. Bye bye.